Hello, all, and welcome back to a new episode of TV and Us, a conversation show about the TV series we just can't stop talking about. My name is Jennifer Hahn.
And I'm Sarah Callan.
And each season we focus on a different show, reviewing it episode by episode, and we invite you to watch along with us. Right now, we are reviewing Beef Season 2. Today we're on episode 6, titled Those Blue Remembered Hills. If you haven't watched the episode yet, this is your spoiler alert. Go watch it, come back, listen to the rest of our conversation. So, Sarah, kick us off with a summary for episode 6.
Josh and Austin attempt to reconcile through a training session. Lindsay coaches Ashley on how to win favor with the club's wives.
All right. So this was our much anticipated episode 6 that we've been talking about. Where will this go next? So our episode titles for Beef Season 2, Episode 6. Sarah, what is yours?
Mine is Harmony and Dissonance.
Nice. That's good. That's good. That's fitting. My episode title is High Metabolic Rate.
Honestly, though, he goes off about that metabolic rate a lot.
Okay, let's dive in. Episode 6. Tell me how this episode landed with you. This is the one that we were hoping to see the threads woven together and kind of set up and lay the foundations for the rest of the season. So how did episode 6 land with you, Sarah?
Yeah. This is an interesting episode because it does a lot of the things that we were talking about wanting, and everybody's back. We get some great Chairwoman Park moments that I absolutely loved. There's a lot of good, like, catty rumor mill club stuff, which is great. But I don't know. I kind of wasn't into this episode as much as I hoped it would be, considering that it's doing all of the right things. And I don't think it's a bad episode, but I'm still going, where are we going? What are we doing? But I'm pleased that Chairwoman Park has re-entered the equation because all of the moments with her were utterly delightful. So that was a great time.
Yeah, I think this episode did successfully weave the threads together in the way that we were expecting it to. But I don't know if I like the tapestry that we're making. Like, it's just fine to me. It's less interesting than I thought it was going to be. It's a little bit more expected in how these are being woven together. So we do see that all of the previous story arcs are colliding and colliding with each other. But maybe just I thought it would be a little bit more interesting or meaningful in how that would happen. This episode also is far more sentimental than I think the show in the whole has been. So it's kind of following in line with episode 5, especially some moments of vulnerability between Josh and Austin that I was shocked by. And I actually love that moment by itself. I think it's so meaningful, and it kind of like sums up a lot of the twistedness of the human experience in a really, really distilled way. But I think it either happens too early or there's not enough build up for that to feel emotionally satisfying for me. So like, I love that scene, like if it's in a vacuum, but in the context of the arc, I don't love the scene as much, maybe because it's a little too early or too premature for that kind of reckoning for Josh that he seems to be having with Austin while he's on drugs. So it's like the beats are right, but maybe just too early or not earned. And so I'm curious to see where we're going next, because there's a lot of these moments that have happened so early, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a lot of sentimental moments between Ashley and Lindsay and Josh and Austin, which feel very surprising given that we started the show with them being like mortal enemies. And so I think I definitely was calling BS on some of that, though.
Yeah.
Josh's drug-induced moment of heartfelt expression, I was like, dude is just tripping. He is not in the same universe as we are right now. So I buy that. But some of the stuff with Ashley and Lindsay, I struggled with a little bit. And Ashley going from
Mm,
seemingly not suspecting any ulterior motives of Lindsay to then questioning her motives so quickly. There were just some like character choices in this episode that I was like, I like where you got to, but I'm not sure how we got there. Like, I don't know. I struggled with some of those things. So I feel like for me, a lot of the moments in this episode were right and were delightful to watch, but like you said, came at maybe the wrong time or felt unearned, or I don't know. There was something about it that didn't quite click for me, despite it doing all of the things that I find really delightful. So I don't
mhm.
know. This is a kind of like a mixed bag for me.
Yeah, I think that like Josh and Austin scene is really interesting because it makes sense if he's on something that he's having this reckoning. But as the audience member, emotionally, I'm not there yet to see Josh have his reckoning because those moments where you really are able to confront yourself and face the worst parts of yourself and articulate them so clearly, I think need to happen where the audience has seen him really like be in that turmoil and that back and forth and that pit for a little bit longer. And then that catharsis feels satisfying because we've released the pressure. But it's almost like, gosh, build the pressure a little bit more. We've seen him vacillate back and forth between wanting to stay in the marriage, not wanting to stay in the marriage. I don't know if that's really caused any like rapid self-reflection. It almost like he needs to get worse before he can actually get better in a way that we believe as the audience that he has truly faced himself finally. And I think that timing is a little off. It's a really good scene. It's actually very well written, and the way he describes the experience of like grasping for anything to prop him up as his crutch is like so well done. And I loved the way that that was like written from a like construction of words describing a very difficult dynamic in the human heart that is so emotionally true. So I just felt so like conflicted in that scene because I'm like, this is so good. Not yet, not yet, not yet, show. Please save it till a penultimate episode in episode 7 or something. I need to see Josh struggle a little bit more.
Well, and I'm curious to see what the show is going to do with Josh going forward, because it's believable to have a character having this like heartfelt moment when they're intoxicated or high or whatever. Like that's believable. But what is he going to do when he's sober? You know, when
Yeah.
he's not on drugs? Who is the real Josh? Is he actually going to start taking some steps to growth, or is that just like a one off because he was on drugs? So I think that's going to be interesting to see. Is Josh actually going to change over the next 2 episodes, or is he just going to follow the path of least resistance and just keep doing what he's always done? So I think
Mm-hmm.
that'll be interesting. And it might be, I think it would be more interesting if he doesn't change, because then you'll feel that like dissonance within him. He's able to express these really deep feelings when he's on drugs, but he isn't able to actually have the courage or maybe the understanding of the next steps to actually make a change in his life. So
Yeah.
again, we'll see what the show does, what the show is trying to say about humanity. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Does Josh finally face himself? You know, that's a very optimistic view of humanity and our ability to um, wrangle in the worst parts of ourselves and be better. Or is a show like we will all run from the ugliest parts of ourselves until it's bad enough. And even then, we might still choose chaos and choose selfishness. And I think what will also be interesting is that there seems to be this like generational mentorship that's happening in this episode. Like Lindsay's mentoring Ashley and sharing all her like woes of her regrets. And then Josh is mentoring Austin. Um, and I think that that's going to be fascinating to see too. Is like how will maybe Ashley and Austin seeing how bad it can be change their course of the path that they're on. And maybe it's a mixed bag, like Josh and Lindsay crash and burn, but Austin and Ashley like finally are going to turn from the path that they're on. Or it could be flipped too, like Ashley and Austin haven't lived enough and don't have the wisdom, so they'll just continue down this path of like hungry ambition and hoping to make their dreams come true at all costs. And Lindsay and Josh are just tired enough that they know better now. Like both of those are very viable options for like kind of the transformation of humans to turn for something better by seeing other people do it wrong, you know.
Yeah, yeah, we will see. Again, like it's that question of what does this show believe about humanity and what is the show trying to tell us? And we are not sure where this is going to end up.
Yeah, which is really fun. What we
Mhm.
do know is Chairwoman Park taking people out left and right. Tell me your thoughts about the fact that our guy Whoosh is gone, bleeding in the
I
street.
Man, I was just like, whoosh, this is not the move, my guy. Like, I need you to watch a single mob movie to understand that this is not the move, my dude. This is going to end so badly for you. And it does. So
Mhm.
I'm here for Chairwoman Park. Obviously, she's shady and doing all kinds of really horrible things, but I am entertained. The episode opening with her just like eating this fruit and like commenting on how all of them are not up to par for her. And I was hanging on every word. I was like, yes, you should have fruit that is up to your standards. Yes. How can we make that happen for you? So I love everything that Chairwoman Park is doing. And I cannot wait to see more of her shady business dealings. Yes.
Homegirl has enough power that she could like hire GMO scientists to figure out how to make a kiwi and a pear together because the kiwi does not have enough crunch, you know? Like it's so funny. It's also I love the detail of her toothpick on like the most thinly sliced piece of fruit, which takes so much more labor and effort versus like a big chunk cut. And so it just is like a small little detail of like she has things the way that she wants it, and she has the people and the directive and the power to have her fruit cut so thinly sliced just to her liking. So I loved those little details that were woven into that scene. But yeah, she's very unpredictable, which I think is really fun. I think her commentary about like her decision making was really interesting. So all of her musings about like why she remarried and what she's looking for. We have a much better idea of what Josh, Lindsay, Ashley, Austin are all looking for, which really, if you had to boil it down, is just like emotional stability and financial stability and like to be okay. Chairwoman Park, though, I don't know what she wants anymore. Like she was looking for a good time. Now she's got power. That seems to be like not really satisfying enough. So like what is she searching for? And how will that shape this whole narrative?
Yep. She has power, she has money, but it's not enough. So
No.
she's got to keep it because that is all under threat right now. And how far will she go to keep what she has? And that
Yeah.
is just so fascinating because we know she will go to extreme lengths, like having Whoosh murdered. So
Mm-hmm.
who else is going to be on the chopping block when the time comes?
Mm-hmm.
We will see.
It's always a fascinating choice too when like the mob boss plays it so that they think that they're going to be okay, and the person that's getting taken out like has no idea what's coming for them. It's very Michael Corleone at the end of Godfather 1 telling Carlo that he's going to go get to run away to Vegas on a big trip and have his flights booked for him, and like that ain't the truth at all, but it's just such a power move to be like, and you thought you were okay? I'm not even going to give you the opportunity to suspect anything from me because I'm gonna take you out when you least expect it. It's kind of such a slay move and the ultimate power move. So Chairwoman Park and Michael, lots in common.
And we're here for it. We love a good
Yes.
mob movie. And so this is just Chairwoman Park channeling that in just the best way possible. I love it.
Hmm. They all talk about family, like your father. Yeah,
It's real
yeah.
good stuff.
Hmm. Um, other, I think, moments of interesting dynamics, which I appreciated from this episode, is Lindsay teaching Ashley how to manipulate and specifically play in girl world. I don't know about you, but that scene like was really satisfying to watch because that is how girl world works. It's these very narrow pathways of sensitive dynamics, and you cannot veer too much to the left and too much to the right. Like, can't be too encouraging with getting the skin treatments, but if you don't encourage enough, then you don't let them satisfy the desire to be curious about it. And so that constant watching and balancing of teetering along the edges of what is okay and able to be received by girl world, I thought was like nailed perfectly. So they definitely had people who understand females very well somewhere on this writing staff, because that was very, very accurate, scarily accurate.
Oh my gosh, it was so, so good. And then seeing how Ashley progresses over Lindsay's lessons. At first,
Yeah.
like Lindsay is literally feeding her lines, but then by the end, Ashley is picked up on some things and is able to like ad lib and take the lead and plant those seeds. So I also appreciated that. Obviously, it captures the dynamics very well, but we also see that Ashley is learning over the course of that little montage while they're together. So it was so funny to watch, but also very disturbing, which
Hmm.
is what girl world is.
Yeah, it's scary in girl world. um, what I loved, one of the like beats in that scene that I really loved is that obviously emotional manipulation, you figure out the ways to lie and tell people what they want to hear. But I love that Ashley takes it too far and says, "You look even younger than me," And Lindsay, well, Ava, rightfully so, is like, "No, no, I know you're lying." And Lindsay's like, tuning her ability to emotionally manipulate and lie just enough that it's believable, but not too much that they're onto you. And I thought that was really fascinating because it's a skill set, it's a craft to emotionally manipulate and lie well. And getting to see Ashley color outside of the lines helps us realize how difficult it is to tune exactly what Ava will believe, but is still not the truth. And I loved that depiction of you can't just do whatever you want. It's actually a finely tuned, honed skill set. And Ashley's learning quickly. So I loved that beat because I think it's easy to watch Lindsay navigate the girl world and think that she's able to do it so easily, but actually she's refined the craft and she's teaching Ashley that craft as well.
I mean, she said it a few episodes ago. She's had years more of being petty. So, like, Lindsay
Yeah.
has been living in this world for so many years, and she's getting out. So
Yeah.
let's let's pass this information on to the next person.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. So it's very exciting to see. Other big moments from this episode that we wanted to mention, talk about.
Another piece that I really loved is the club rumor mill and how that works. Because Lindsay goes to the birthday party and is talking about her friend with the divorce lawyer. And then it gets back
Mhm.
to Josh through the rumor mill. And like five other guys are talking to him about what they know about this private conversation that Lindsay had at an
Yeah.
external event that wasn't even at the club. And so I thought that was really, really smart the way that it was done, because you can't see any of the dudes' faces, which I think is brilliant because it's just this
So
haze
fun.
and this noise just coming at Josh. But then also it just shows that you can't have secrets in this place, and just kind of shows that level of pressure that he has been under and is choosing to be under, working here and constantly being under that microscope. So I love how that all happened. And then of course Josh uses that information against Lindsay later in the episode, but I just thought that was really brilliant and indicative of situations like that, where
Mhm.
these people have nothing else to do other than golf and gossip. So that is what happens in that situation.
Yeah, that shot was perfectly designed too, because it's this ominous set of silhouettes staring back at you. It's the peanut gallery that knows everything about your life and all your business, and they're kind of unnamed faces too. And so that's one of the things that we really were excited by at the beginning of the show, is like just the way that small tight knit communities spread word, and how it gets spread incorrectly too, and creates even more chaos because people are concluding the wrong things. So um, I hope we get to see more of that in the second half, the second last two episodes of the season, not even the second half, or like the last quarter of the season, and how the comedy of errors essentially might really cause a lot of chaos. So I think that'll be really fun to see.
And we are here for the chaos. We want
Yes.
it. We want the like petty passive aggressive manipulation, and we want chaos.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
great combo.
Yeah. Less overt, more covert is more fun
Yes.
for us. At
Yeah.
least personally, that's what we're here for. Another reveal that's going to be interesting and juicy is the ring footage of the pistachio fiat. Ashley's decisions, I think, are coming to light, and I feel, in those amusement parks, there's the spinning, the thing that like flips you upside down and then right side up and then upside down again. We're about to get flipped upside down because there's all this warmth and good feeling between Josh and Austin and Lindsay and Ashley, but the minute Lindsay and or Josh finds out that Ashley is responsible for Burberry's death, it's over. It's over, and shit's gonna hit the fan. So I thought that was a really great like seed planted of building momentum into the next episode. I think I personally needed that to get excited about what was gonna come, because all of the warm feeling is now very fragile. This impending bomb is about to go off, and the relationship between Austin and Ashley is about to also potentially be in crisis. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. It's a great
Oh
moment.
yeah. Yeah. I'm here for this. I think it's also interesting that we see Ashley manipulating Austin like earlier in the episode when she like fakes her pain
Oh
from her
yeah.
surgery, and he literally goes running to get the heating pad and her large cup of chamomile tea. And that happens before all of Lindsay's lessons of manipulating people at the club
Yeah.
too. And so I think because Ashley has been doing a pretty good job manipulating Austin thus far over the course of the show, but how is she going to react when Austin has footage that could potentially make her life harder? So that's going to be
Yeah.
interesting to see that relationship come to a head. Uh, yeah, it's going to be
Yikes.
chaotic, and that's what we want.
And we see that Ashley's so good at manipulating, but she is easily manipulated when it's an area of sensitivity for her. So seeing how quickly
Yeah.
Lindsay could manipulate Ashley with the fertility um, motivation, dangling that carrot in front of her, and she just falls for it immediately because that's her Achilles heel. That's that soft, squishy part in her that we all as humans are so blind to. When someone touches on that most sensitive part, like all walls are down, all awareness is gone because we just desire for that. So it's so insidious because everyone's using those like moments of very tender or insecure parts of people and taking advantage of them, and they're doing a great job at it. So I thought that was wild to see, because she's a master manipulator herself but could not see this one coming because it's near and dear to her heart. So rough.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is such a bleak show because everybody is just manipulating the hell out of each other. And so I think that's
Yep.
why these like sentimental moments feel so off because it's like, what are we doing? This is not the show. We just want to see people like being mean to each other in a passive aggressive way. Like, what are we doing with these soft, squishy moments? It's fine. I guess you need some balance, you know. We
That's
want more
right.
of the manipulation, please.
Yes, yes. We want Succession is really what we
We
want. My
really
gosh.
do.
I
Is the
think
problem?
this probably says more about us than anything
Yeah.
else. Like we probably are just a little messed up inside and we just want to see people screw each other over, but
Mhm.
with tact, with skill, with competency, with craft. Oh,
Yes.
so juicy.
Yes, you have to be like precise with your manipulation
Yes.
and I don't know, emotional damage to other people.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good, which is why Tom being the triumphant winner of Succession is kind of genius because
Yes.
he plays the long game and he pulls one over on everybody.
Everyone.
So the craft of that in stealth mode is truly quite impressive. Um, yeah, one last little shout out that I wanted to give that I thought was an interesting moment is Josh and Lindsay having to pick out the photo and caption for the divorce announcement. I thought it was like such an interesting inclusion and such interesting commentary around how in this social media age where everyone is very online, even things that are like deeply emotional life changes that are tragic and painful have to be curated and there's an like image creation and like PR-ness to something that is like deeply like a split between two humans that have built a life together, which is just like so jarring. So I loved the dissonance that I felt in that scene of like them having to discuss the caption and photo of their divorce as they're in the middle of it and as they're feeling all of these emotions and yet they have to like PR themselves. It was a fascinating moment and some really great commentary on the state of like our online era now.
Oh, it was so good. And I just love how she just like dismisses it. Your caption, your photo, everything is wrong. You can't do that.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so funny and so accurate about this weird times that we're living in.
yep.
Um,
And like
just
keeping up
a couple of
appearances.
yeah, a couple of like quick shout outs that I want to give is number one, Suni Lee. Wow, did not expect her to show up in this episode.
Yep.
Amazing. Get that money, my girl. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, the
Yep.
thought of Austin trying to help her rehab, terrifying. I'm scared
No.
for our
No.
girl. Uh, and then the other thing that I thought was really notable is when Josh and Lindsay are arguing in their kitchen slash dining room. And again, we have this giant pole in the middle between them in the shot where you can see both of them. And so again, I just thought that the framing and the set design is brilliant in showing the emotional distance between them, but also they can't communicate with each other. They
Yeah.
are literally hitting a wall. And so I appreciate the way that the architecture is able to visually show us that distance. I love shots like that. So I think the show is
Yeah.
doing really fun things visually and using the space really well.
Yeah. There's some really great like visual moments throughout that are expressing the emotions or the states of the characters that are really fun to see. Okay, TVNS Awards. Let's give some out. So the first category is full of beef character. What is your choice for this one?
I want to give it to Ashley, specifically when Eunice is asking for the invoices and Ashley's about to give it to her until Eunice mentions Austin. And then Ashley will not give those to her anymore. I was like,
So
wow,
petty.
that turn that she made was so fast.
She's scary. I'm
Yes,
scared of her.
absolutely. We all should be.
Kaylee Spain does an incredible job
Mhm.
showcasing and channeling fire in her eyes. Like it is,
Yes.
that glare is truly like searing, and she does an incredible job. That's why I'm terrified of her, because Kaylee Spaney is doing some incredible acting work. So
Yes.
good job, her. My choice for full of beef character is Austin. He's been
Mm.
my choice for a long time. We love a suppressed uh dude, and he actually voices it too, which is a really great moment as well, that I
Hmm.
forgot to give a shout out to. It's like just the cultural dynamics of and the family dynamics of like what is causing him to feel like he can't express, but that means he's holding it in, and that means it's going to come out. And now he's got a lot of things that he might be really salty about with Ashley. So I just am excited to see the ticking time bomb, because suppression never works, and
Hmm.
it's going to come out in a really weird way with Austin.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
he's been building a lot in there.
Yeah. We are ready for that explosion.
Yikes. Heart racing moment. What is your choice for this one?
My choice is Chairwoman Park kissing both of Whoosh's eyes. I was
Yo.
so
She said,
terrified.
keep them closed.
Right? I was just
Shut.
like, oh no, this means you're gonna die. Like,
Uh-huh.
terrifying.
Yeah, that was great. My choice for heart racing moment is the jump scare with the neighbor that Austin encounters that has the ring footage.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really like wonderfully shot, plays with some like
Yeah.
silly little horror elements, but it reminded me a little bit of Weapons, where Amy Madigan just like appears and her face is kind of terrifying. It's this like fake niceness that's like makes your skin crawl, and that neighbor did an amazing job in that scene. So I thought it was a
Oh
great
my
moment.
gosh. Yes. So good.
Cutting dialogue. What is your choice for this one?
Yeah, I am going to give this to Lindsay when she says, talking about kind of like her divorce and like the relational situation. And she says, "You're 40 years old without the faintest idea of who you are." And I was like,
Oh
that
yeah.
is deep and
Yeah.
real.
So good. So good. My choice is Lindsay to Ashley when they're sitting outside. She's talking about Troy and Ava's marriage, but she says
Mm,
zero drama because there's zero substance. And it's savage, but it's also like quite wise and rooted
mhm.
in some deep truth. So it was a great moment, a revelatory moment that I thought was so well done. Can I share a runner up though, because it
Uh,
was just so funny?
of
Chairwoman
course.
Park. When I remarried, it was because I thought he was gonna be fun. And now it's not fun.
I
Just a
loved
shout
that
out.
moment.
Just a general shout out to Chairwoman Park.
Yes, we love Chairwoman Park. She's amazing.
All right, looking ahead, what are you excited to see? Last two episodes of the season.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, our girl, Chairwoman Park, absolute queen, just taking people out. Who is next? What other shady business stuff is she going to do? I must know. I'm a big
Mhm.
fan. And then I guess just like where are we going with these other two
Yeah.
couples, you know? What is this show trying to say about humanity, the redemptive potential of people? You know, where are we going? Are we going to have a bright sunshiny ending, or are we going to a cynical and dark place? I'm curious to see where this is all going to land, because we could go in a lot of different directions, but what is the show actually wanting to say?
Yeah, yeah. I think this could really go either way, which is kind of a fun place to be in a show. Is like not really knowing if it believes in its characters or doesn't. Um, so I hope this thread line like lands in an interesting way, where there is an interesting conclusion of how humans ultimately are. I i would love to see more moments like Josh and Austin. I think that there was so much meat in that scene, and when timed correctly, I think could be really meaningful for the show to touch on and allow us as viewers to think about those things that are crutches for us, to think about those ways that we are selfish, that we grasp for things just to fill those voids, those senses of worth, because we're trying to prove ourselves. Like I think that scene was so powerful, and if designed correctly, could really add so much to what the show can do for audiences too. So more pettiness, more passive aggressiveness. Just like to see that. I really hope the Chairwoman Park threadline is like woven interestingly. Right now it feels a little bit outside, but we'll see. Maybe it'll collide into this world in a really meaningful way. There's lots with Eunice in there. That's kind of the connective tissue that I think is still a lot of plot to be told. Yeah.
Yeah, what is going to happen with Eunice? Because I don't know. She seems to know that stuff is up. But
Yeah.
how much does she know? And where does her loyalty actually lie?
Yeah.
We
Is
don't
she
know
a
anything
mole?
about her. Yes.
Is she a mole?
Yeah.
I would love to see that, actually.
That would be really fun.
Just like the femme fatale, like lure Austin in, get the tea, go tell Chairwoman Park, earn favor, right hand woman to the lady in charge.
We love to see it. Come
Yeah.
on, Eunice.
Me too.
Be a dark horse. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. We will be here for the penultimate episode, which is always fascinating because it really sets up the finale. So episode 7's coming soon. We'll be here to review it and talk about it here on the feed. In the meantime, we hope everyone has an amazing week. Go watch the show on Netflix, come back and continue on this journey with us. So we'll see y'all again very soon. Thank you for listening to today's episode of TV and Us. We are part of the Movie Archer podcast network, so check out moviearcher.com to learn more.
Our name sums it up. We're big fans of TV and the powerful ways we can connect with each other and the world around us. This podcast is about all of us and our shared stories.
You can subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you tune into your favorite shows. Drop us a rating and review, letting us know your thoughts about today's episode.
You can connect with us on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky at tvnuspod or email us at tvnuspod@gmail.com. Check out our website, andusmedia.co, for the latest on TV and Us and our other podcast, Movies and Us.
We hope you have an amazing week, and we can't wait to see y'all very soon.